good. All right, we look good. We are good and ready to roll. Guys, good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome back to another live stream here on Bullish Bears. I'm your host with the most, Kevin Dubrisky, and I was out yesterday, guys. Let's see yesterday's price action. Did we miss anything? Well, it looks like we sort of sold off in the morning, and then we were sort of choppy for the rest of the day. So we didn't really miss much yesterday. So I guess out of all the days to go to the New York Stock Exchange, yesterday was a pretty good day. But hopefully with that being said, after this chop comes a smoother trend today. We could check our economic calendar, make sure we're not seeing anything today. Okay, so we do have existing home sales at 10 o'clock. That is categorized as a high importance, but we'll keep an eye on it. I don't think it's going to give us that crazy of a move, but it might help us sort of find direction. Let's take a look. We'll start on our daily time frame, mark out our previous day high, previous day low. Along with that, we're going to just acknowledge the recent price action we've been seeing. Okay, well, the recent price action we've been seeing has been range bound AF, right? We've been moving higher, rejecting lower, pushing lower, rejecting higher. So there's no consistency in this market right now. When I see something like that, it's a little bit of a red flag for me to say, hey, okay, let's probably size down. Let's use our volume tools. But let's really try to trade this range. There is no clear direction in the market right now, so us trying to force it is not on our to-do list. Like right up here, there's resistance up here because we've been selling from this point. Do we have any key psychological levels in there? We do. We can mark those out as well. Like 63.75 right there. There it is. Make that yellow so I know it's a key psychological level. And let's see. So now let's go to our 4-hour. We had a little bit of a supply zone here. This, guys, I wouldn't mark out as a supply zone because we have our basing candle. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have our basing candle. The body of this right here is more of a regular bar than it is a basing. If it was a basing, it would close somewhere like over here where the body would be much smaller and this wick would start over here and be much longer. Right now, this is just an area where markets sort of based out in the sense that we're on the 4-hour now. If we go down to like a 1-hour, we'll see we probably chopped a little bit before we dropped. See what I'm saying? So markets did base out there, hence the phrase of a basing candle. But I don't like it in the sense of it didn't really have that upper wick. That doesn't mean we don't have a supply zone here. It's like we sort of do, but again, me not being a quote-unquote fan of it, again, just sort of terms how I use it, saying like it's not in my playbook. Did we mark out previous day high? Yeah, okay. So like even with the whole previous day high being broken situation, I want to see the last few times, have we been consistently breaking previous day highs and closing green? That's what I want to know. And instead of wasting my time and going through each candle, we're going to use our edge full tool. If I could remember which Google login to use. I believe it's this one. So we're going to check previous day's range. We're going to go to reports. And I want to check. So the reason I want to look for this, guys, is because what I'm going to be looking for is if the odds are high that we break a previous day high and we close green, then I'm going to mark out our open price, wait for the market to give us a pullback. Let's see, this is our open. I'm going to mark out our open, wait for price to pull back, because right now we are still at the high of our range, so we don't want to buy these highs anyways. And then we'll see if we can maybe get a pullback near that previous day high, maybe near that open price, and look to target somewhere above the open price, right? Because if we're looking for ourselves to close green, we'd want to look to go long anywhere near our opening price level. That will help us get a better entry, and then because we're on the daily, we're able to zoom in on a lower time frame and get an even better entry. Yo, what's up, Mr. Potato? Yo, dude, it was a ball. It was more of a I didn't really get to ask them questions in the sense of like asking Peter or David like one-on-one questions. Like I was thinking I'd go maybe make some content with them or whatever, but it was more of a meeting of David and Peter and Apex Trader Funding as well. So it was really them two, and then I sort of tagged along being part of Benzinga and sort of working with them, co-hosting these shows and everything. So that was, again, just a fantastic experience. Gave a full tour of the New York Stock Exchange, which was awesome. Got to see the old bell, got to take pictures. This one gotta be one of my favorites. I mean, there's a lot that are my favorite. Peter and David, they got a billboard for themselves and Apex, and we went and we saw that at the NASDAQ. So we were all around the city. It was a lot of fun, guys. Tons of fun. I'll send even more pictures. I think I sent more yesterday. Probably pretty deep. Let's see where we at. Nah, we'll find it. It's gonna be right over here. Me and Peter. He's great, man. He's funny. He's cool. But dude, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. More pictures on Instagram. Go show some love there. But yeah, hopefully next time I'll get to do some questions and some Q&A with Peter. That'd be pretty dope. That makes for some cool videos. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys. Alright, so let's get back to our analysis, see what's going on ES. So now at this point, what I want to do is I want to see if we have any demand zones down in this area. See if we could possibly see if there's an entry point. Because again, right now, us making higher highs, but sort of making lower lows too, and being range bound the past, if we go to our daily session, we could see how long we've been range bound. Well, this range over here started from, we'll say July 7th until about July 16th. Then we had just one rally of a candle, taking us sort of out of this range, but not really, because we keep failing to continue higher from this point. So we gotta make sure that we're following the trend in the sense that yes, we are still bullish, but we also have to follow the trend in the sense that every time we are making some new highs, we have some pretty strong pullbacks. Not strong where it's giving us 100, 200, 300 point moves, but strong enough where intraday we can look to capitalize on those because we're day trading, right? We're not swing trading here. Yo, what's up, Jay? Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was great, dude. It was absolutely great. Hopefully I get to go again. That would be awesome. Alright, let's see. 6 hour right over here. A little bit of a 6 hour demand. So what I'm going to do, guys, because I have all of these older zones, we weren't trading yesterday, I'm going to delete all of these old ones because they are no longer relevant. And I'm going to mark out the 6 hour demand down here. And the reason I'm doing that is because now this sort of signifies the bottom of our range. We've extended back to the left. At some point, it was the top of our range, right? So we were able to hold as supply, supply, supply. We broke it, now it's demand, demand. Now it's another area of support. It's 63.36. We can take a look at book maps, see if we have 63.36 in sight. Any price levels down there? 32. We got 32. That's inside that demand zone. 37. Looks like there's a bunch of passive, extra heavy passive orders to the downside. Seems that way to the upside too. So we might get the similar price action that we sort of see the past few days, where we dip to one direction, then rip to the other, or vice versa. Thank you, Oz. Appreciate you guys. And Marziti, thank you, bro, for pitching in and hopping in the live stream yesterday.
Oh, that was a disaster. There was just nothing to do, and I'm not one that can trade and talk at the same time. So I tried a couple quick shorts on crude and got stopped out. But I mean, it ultimately played out, but I got in at the wrong time. Anyway, trying to learn this new Mentor Q site, and they're a competitor to the Spot Gamma thing, and none of them speak English as a first language. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
always they're good folks, really good folks there, but you got to learn to listen to them. So I'll be, for those of you, anybody that's interested, I'll probably be out of a lot of the streams lately while I'm going through their training, but because it overlaps a lot with our streams here. But I'm still around if anybody needs anything.
All right. Good luck with that. That definitely makes it a little harder that English isn't their first language. But if it's sort of like a style or system that you're interested in, then absolutely go for it, right? Be careful not to strategy hop too much though, because you want to sort of find something that you like that you want to be able to stick with. You were doing pretty good a couple months back. I forget what you were using.
Well, I've always advocated to people to learn a variety of strategies to see which one resonates with you the most. The linear regression strategy works fairly well with me. Um, but I was kind of curious to learn a little bit about this GEX and this gamma business because it's a topic I've never really been able to wrap my head around. And I said, I really need to get this down and see what this is all about. Because so many people talk about it, and it's just I've got this mental block for learning this particular topic. And Signet and I got to talking the other day and said, well, um, any rate, long story short, is I'm trying to learn a little bit about what this GEX business is all about. And they've given us a complimentary account for the Bullish Bears. So as I learn it, for those of you that like to trade that way, especially for 5 or 20 day trades, they've got a specialty on swing trading for 5 and 20 days. Um, I'll be introducing some of that as I learn it for those of you that like to take those kind of swing trades as well.
That's pretty cool. Let me message me later with the email, or I guess I don't know what email you'd used for the Bullish Bears account for that, but yeah, that's cool. And send me, I guess, a link to I'll look into. That sounds. It's what is it? It's like an AI or it's like a system.
Menthor Q is basically a competitor to Spot Gamma, where their primary focus is where all the options, um, the major option levels are. They act as magnets. They act as support and resistance. It's a different trading style, and but they also, by looking forward on where the option levels are for a week out, 2 weeks out, so forth, 3 weeks, they using their AI and all that kind of stuff, I guess, or whatever, their quant levels. Everybody
Yeah.
throws around the word quant now. We're all part of the Me Too crowd.
Hmm.
But I got quant levels. Well, me too. Um, but you know, I'm looking to see, does it work? Because if it works, it could really be a valuable tool for anybody that likes to trade either with options or just buying shares, looking for good moves short term. So that's kind of why I'm looking at them to see if it's something that works. And I'm going to kind of spend the next couple of weeks to validate, quite frankly, their system because I don't know anything about them. It could be hogwash. It could be legit. That's why I'm kind of going through this with them right now.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Alright, guys. Let's see. This is what I'm looking at on NASDAQ. NASDAQ at the moment, guys, is an inside candle. So when we have an inside candle, we usually want to expect some type of range-bound price action. So what I'd like to see is if we could break above our previous day high and look for some type of strength, or if we could head towards our previous day high. So right now, our pre-market high is at 23,283. So that is about 83 points away from previous day high. That's not a crazy move. That's a valid move. Now, something I'm going to look for is to see if we could break that pre-market high and target that previous day high. Because I also know that a lot of people are looking at this inside candle and thinking the same thing as me. Oh, if we break a previous day low, we're going to sell off real strong. If we break previous day high, we're going to go really bullish. Well, I don't think we could go really bullish at this point unless we get some type of real strength behind us. And what I mean by real strength would be something like equities. Like, let's see. Nvidia starts to skyrocket to the upside, like really breaks. Now, remember though, Nvidia has been selling off the past few days. Tesla, not much of a help on the ES and NQ. Meta is pretty range bound right now as well. So is Microsoft, and so is Apple. Amazon's the only one that's had a little bit of consistency behind it and moving higher. Right now it is within that previous day's range. We might be expecting some more price action that's sort of range bound today, guys. What I do want to look at is gold, because gold, I believe, was ripping yesterday. Wonderful. Gold was ripping yesterday. It broke that previous day high, and right now it's currently red on the daily candle, which means we might have an opportunity at a long position entry. Let's see. Previous day low, previous day high. Delete those out. Open price. And let's see. So guys, boom. First thing I do when I hop on a chart is I look at the daily time frame. I mark out previous day high, previous day low, and then our current day's open price. Now, and of course look at previous days as well to see how we've been moving. Look at this demand zone that formed down here on the daily. So 6 hour, 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, not seeing much, 1 hour, not really seeing anything here support-wise on gold below us. So what I might do is I'll mark out that pre-market low over here, which we have to remember also, guys, it's not really a pre-market low in the sense when it comes to gold, because gold is a pretty consistent trade across the board in terms of what time we're trading it. Let's see. It's got some selling pressure above us. Let's see. Bit of a low volume node near 48. 48's all the way up here though. Any buying? We have buying at 34.30, which is right at that that level. We'll call it pre-market low because it technically is. Looking for gold buys because we've been breaking higher. Something again noting with NASDAQ is we haven't broken that previous day high, and look how strong ES has been. So ES is already above previous day high and at the top of its range. NASDAQ is inside its previous day's range and looking like it's actually trying to break lower. So equities are looking pretty weak right now. And ooh, look at this, guys. VIX down here at a major key level, this yellow level right here. So VIX could try to push higher, while ES and NQ might be selling off. So I might be looking for shorts today on ES and NQ, looking for longs on gold. I'll let you guys know if I take any trades, what I'm trading, and all that other stuff. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Hope you're all doing well today. Happy Wednesday. Don't forget, join me for Futures Fever today. I'm not sure if Peter and David are going to be joining me for Futures Fever, but we'll see. They might be. We will see. Or maybe not if David's still in the city. Telling you guys, it was so great meeting them yesterday. That was awesome. Great experience. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Gold's getting towards our level. Just staying patient on that front, I should say. Yes, and NQ selling off here. At least NQ is a little bit. Check our 15-minute time frame too. See if we have any like supply zones that are forming. Here on NAS, what I like is this 15-minute supply. We're gonna mark this out as a 15-minute supply zone. Now, I wouldn't really mark it as a supply zone until this 15-minute close is bearish. When that happens, though, we're gonna get our 9 o'clock close too, and it most likely will close bearish. So when markets open, I will hopefully look for a pop, see if some buying steps in, and then we'll look to short this zone on the NASDAQ. NAS is definitely looking much weaker than the rest of the equities. Okay, gold's at our level. Almost. Good morning, guys. What's going on? Stream. All right, gold finding some selling pressure. Trying to see if we could get an aggressive buy bubble, like a big buy bubble that steps in at this book map level, 34.30. That is where we have those sellers sitting. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I've been busy this morning and yesterday, obviously. All right, we're gonna wait. We'll wait for gold to give us a reaction here. Hourly closes in 4 minutes here, and it's closing pretty bearish to the downside. I'd like to see if buyers can actually step in first here before we get to this price level, so we could create another area of potential liquidity. And what I mean by that is, what I mean by that is, again, if people tried to say, oh, look, we're reversing right here, we're reversing right here, let me take the long position, stop loss right here. Their stop loss, again, now they have a stop loss here, and these people have their stop loss here. So if we have the ability to break that, then great, look at that, just like that. That's why we don't jump the gun. Let's just wait and see. Ooh, I will say, however, 34.30 is right before this level. Like right 34.30. It's right there. We're looking for a big trade on gold to the upside if we could get it. So because we already are looking at a big trade, we could be patient for our entries. Palantir, sure, I'll check it. Give me 1 minute. Crude oil. Let's check Palantir over here. PLTR. Daily. Were we trading at 150s? That's crazy. Listen, man, this type of volatility, this type of momentum behind it, I think it might have room to 175 if it could start rallying on this daily, which it looks like it's trying to. Volume looks like it's trying to pick up down here too. So I'd keep an eye on Palantir for strong volume today and a break above 152 to target 170, 175. All right, crude. I don't even want to waste our time with crude, guys. Oh my goodness, crude gave us like 1 week of good price action over here, and then it just, I know it looks like it's volatile, good volume, blah blah blah, but the price action itself within these candles has just been, look at these daily New York session, New York session, this New York session, this, so open, chopped around, then we had one sell off at 11 o'clock. This New York session had one small rally at 10:45. It's just not chopped around. Chopped around. This one is just sold off this day. All day. Alright, here comes gold. Come on now. So we hit an aggressive seller there. We didn't get the hourly close either before that, so I'm going to be a little patient because that 15 closed pretty bearish. Price action-wise, looking like a reversal. We'll mess around and be patient, though. We're not going to mess around and find out. We're going to mess around and be patient. Not in anything yet. We're going to wait. Yeah, look at that selling pressure. Ain't no way. We don't have any demand under us. So then we're probably just going to have to wait for some type of reversal candle if we can get one on gold. But look at that hourly so far. It's pretty bearish. This looks like it could be reversing back higher to trap a lot of people who try to chase those shorts. I am not taking this on gold until we can actually get above 34.30 and then maybe retest 34.30. Without that, we might be staying short on gold here. And I'm not looking to chase longs while we're selling off. Volume starting to pick up down here, which we look for volume to pick up near areas of reversals or continuation, right? So because we're at a key level, I was looking for a reversal, so I'll look to see if that volume wants to help me with that. If it doesn't, then again, just no trade. Had another dip lower on gold. Buyers are keep trying to buy it back up, but they're failing. More selling delta at the moment. Check our volume footprint. Point of control is moving lower, so we'll be patient right now, guys. 346 left on this 5-minute. I would be looking for longs if we had an opportunity for like a reversal on the 15-minute or 30-minute candle, but it looks like we still have a little ways to go. We might even go towards 34.25 first. So I'm going to leave this position tool here on gold, but I'm not in any trades right now. I'm going to wait for something to sort of further develop on gold to give me confirmation. Say, all right, now we're reversing. Because right now, if we try to go long, we're trying to, we're trying to buy the bottom when the bottom hasn't come in yet. We don't know if this is the bottom yet, so we're going to be patient. If this was a liquidity sweep into a demand zone, that'd have a little more strength to it. But right now, 34.18, I had 34.18 was a strong book map level. That's right near 34.20. But right now, 34.25 is the next area. I'm watching 177 lot buyer right there. And I think, yeah, large lot tracker is on. So that is massive orders there that aren't just one order. So they can't be pulled that easily. So 25. So we'll keep an eye to see how we react to 25. Again, reason we're looking for longs today, guys. Why? Because gold's been bullish. We could pull up our market AI. And let's see. Let's check gold. It's going to probably say, nah, even hourly still says bullish. All right, so again, sort of looking for buyers. Just got to find that area of support on gold. We're using our order flow tool to find it. Okay, so there's, oh my goodness. Just wait 1 second. Yeah, nah, forget that. This is some wild selling, guys. We're not trying to, no longs here, no longs here. We're messing around with the long positions, well, sure, but we're not trying to buy longs at the bottom just yet. We're not in an area of support. On the 5-minute, we have a demand zone from yesterday, but as you guys know, I don't like 5-minute demand zones. Lowest zone I'll go to is a 15-minute. So we'll be patient. There's no trade yet on gold. ES and NQ, they look pretty range bound, but I'm going to be looking for NASDAQ to pull back to supply. 23,256. NQ, ES, we can check those on bookmap. 23,255 on NASDAQ, 23,225 on NASDAQ. There's gold taking another dive lower. So now the next level we could look at on gold is at 34.20. Then 34.18. Look at that, guys. They keep trying to make new orders to the downside. Really strong selling pressure. Could possibly be a scalp to the downside here. I know I'm looking for a long position based off of the geopolitical outlook on gold right now, and the whole gold is almost at ADR low. Okay, so that's lining up again. It's an area of support. We're not trying to go long just because we find a little buying. What I would like to see is price levels to the upside as targets. Yeah. 3,500. I don't think we get a 60-point rally on gold, but shit, if we start to move 20 points in our favor and we have strength, we'll know it, guys. We'll know it because we'll see it. So don't try to predict it. Wait for it to start. Wait for it to happen. And then we can act on it. Does look like it's finding support here, but at this point, I would only take longs if we're able to get back above 34.25 and then retest that area. Right now, we have 215 volume on that price level, and 205 of it was negative delta. So there's a pretty fat imbalance right there in the sense that most of this volume was mainly selling. Because for every buyer, there's a seller. So there should be a bit more. You see how, like, over here, these price levels, the red and the green, are sort of equal in size. The over here is just red right there. So 34.25, that aggressive seller came in at that passive buyer level. There was passive bid of 81 and an aggressive seller of, let's see, will it tell us? Well, it says volume of 349, so that's definitely enough to beat 81. Not taking gold. We're waiting for 34.20.
It's funny you call out 34.20 because that's where the gamma call resistance 0 DTE is.
You know, it's
So
also...
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, it's also funny too. I posted a video yesterday on how the dollar's dropping and gold is popping. Gold was at a new month high yesterday. And the price level I called at, I said on the video, is 34.20. So that's really funny. Got a lot lining up. But and you said it was gamma?
Yeah, like I say, I'm still learning how this stuff works, but I just see it as a level on the chart. Because you got call walls and put walls overall, and then you got the 0 DTE, the call and put walls, and like I say, a lot of it's still overwhelming at the moment. It's fairly can be looks like it's kind of a complicated product to learn. So I may be going going down this rabbit hole for a while.
Quant
But
data's pretty cool.
Silver's taking a dump as well. Looks like it's going to maybe bottom out. It just took liquidity. So interesting that both the metals markets or the commodities there are in
1%.
sync.
Yeah. Alright, gold finding a little buying, but look at this, guys. The volume bubbles are small. Until I can start seeing a bigger volume bubble, a buy bubble, then I'll be patient. See that? It's failing each time.
Sure, the volatility might just be getting started, so make sure you follow
While we
for the
wait
next
for
major update.
gold.
Gold just hit a 1-month high, but it's not just inflation driving it. There's a bigger game at play, and markets are quietly reacting. Geopolitics are heating up. Treasury Secretary Bissent announced talks with China next week, a move that could push back the August 12th tariff.
So right there, we have a talk with China next week. That could be causing this range-bound price action. Markets, market makers, market movers are waiting for this China talk. We don't know what's going to happen. What's it going to do? Delay the tariffs deadline again?
That hint of
This
diplomacy,
is going to be
it hit the dollar.
ridiculous.
The US dollar slid for a third day while gold...
The dollar slid for a third day. Dollar slid for a third day. Gold surged 1% in a day. 34.20.
And fresh doubts over Powell's future at the Fed. Meanwhile, Lockheed and GM tumbled on earnings misses and tariff warnings, a clear signal that macro risk is bleeding into earnings season. Markets are bracing for more than just earnings right now. Between
So
the Fed, China, and political pressure, the volatility might just be getting started.
So we got a lot going on in terms of what could be driving markets and what could be stalling markets. And usually gold is one that will rise on market uncertainty, and that's what it has been doing for the past few days. So even though we're pulling back right now, guys, look at the chart. This could just be a pullback. Now at this point, 15-minute closes in 5 minutes. Now I'm looking for a reversal candle back higher. Let's see, gold. Where are we now? I'm taking gold long right there, guys. Stop loss is right here. Entry was a little crappy, but let's wait and see. I want to see that 5-minute continue. If I stop out of this trade, I might look for a re-entry near that 34.20 level. But right now my stop loss is 34.21.80. Sort of got top ticked on this fill. not the best entry. Not top, all the way top. On the 5-minute chart, it's like right over here. So we'll see. Long gold, looking for that 15-minute to reverse, 5 minutes to help us reverse. And of course, that market sentiment to help us stay bullish. We've been bullish the past few days on gold. Our open price is all the way up there. Would like to see buyers step in. If they fail, that's fine. We stop out. We look for our next trade setup. Looks like it's trying to stop hunt. It's retesting that 5-minute zone we had. There's some more selling pressure. Not stopped out yet. This would have been a better entry, if anything, this retest of this zone. I would add here, but I'm already size-wise, risk-wise, I'm good with where I'm at. But that would have been a better entry point. It's 9:11, guys. Market's open in 20 minutes. I do like this trade. If this 15 can close strong, I will add up here. If we sell off, then I'm just going to stop out. We are developing some price levels of targets to the upside now. So we could be patient on that as well to see if they do want to move towards those price levels. It's this 34.25 level that we're struggling with, right? And we mentioned that earlier. 250 left. Really need to see buyers take us above that 34.25. Getting a pretty wide spread here on gold. Sellers again trying to step in, but buyers keep buying it back up now. I'm in one contract gold long right now, waiting for the 15 to close somewhere bullish up here. Some people use inverse fair value gaps. If we were doing that strategy, we'd look for something like, let's see. This would be our 5-minute fair value gap. We'd look for this one to sort of push and break it. There we go. Getting back to my entry point at least. That's good. Telling you guys, it's a poor entry on that, but that's okay, because I'm looking for a pretty solid R to R on this, because I'm looking for buyers to reverse us back higher at this point. We're looking for buyers on gold today. Why? Because that's what we've seen for the past 3 days now on gold. So why would we look for a reversal to the downside now out of nowhere without any geopolitical or economic news telling us we should reverse? No, this was a buy the dip opportunity. I just need to see this 15-minute push higher. If it doesn't, bit of a worry. I'd like to see the 15 close somewhere like over here at least. Mark that with like a light blue. So I'd like to see the 5-minute continue higher. Got a minute 11 left. Need to see some volatility to the upside on gold. We know gold is good for it sometimes. Man, if I was patient for that entry down here with this stop loss, that would have been nice, but that's okay. It is what it is. Still in this long, we're just being patient, holding it. There we go, gold giving us some buying volatility. Above 25, above 26 now too. Need to see a push above 27.5. There we go, getting a little push there, nice. See how volatile we are right now, guys? We're getting some major swings here on gold. I want to see this help in our favor, in our direction. We have 30 seconds left on the 5-minute. This could be major. We could reject back lower, and if that's the case, we just get stopped out, right? That's the only thing that can happen. Or it could continue higher for us. Regardless, we're going to be patient. Definitely not a fan of where this 15 is going to close. 30-minute, however, closes in 15 minutes, so we do have some time on that. We can check where our point of control is. Point of control is trying to move higher. We still have had green candles. So I'm going to hold this trade. I'm not going to add to it. Stop loss is still 34.21.9. Obviously not holding it because of the 15 anymore. I'm holding it due to the 30. Even the hourly at this point could possibly try to base and hold higher for us. Building some new support levels under us as well. Great. Want to see us continue. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Good morning, good morning. We are in gold right now. Just one contract long off of 3425.2 over here. And looking to see if we can make our way higher on gold. Would like to see us continue this trend due to the trend pushing higher the past few days, right? We're just following the trend. Gold is trending, not really ranging. And right now, we just had a sell-off. So I would like to see if we can hold these longs. If we fail and we want to sell off, that's fine too. I just stop out. I know how much my risk is. I know how much my reward is. Risk to reward on this is about a 5-to-1 at least. And again, that's at least. So if this stops me out, that's fine. If it continues, that's great. That's how every trade we take should be, in the sense of no stress, don't try to force anything, and don't risk more than you're willing to lose. Because again, this trade, it was just going in my favor, and then boom, seller stepped in. Just waiting now. Remember that 15 wasn't really in my favor anymore. So if it stops me out, it stops me out. It was just 220 for me. Now it's 220 against me. That's okay. That's alright. I'm just waiting. It goes and hits my stop loss, goes and hits my stop loss. There's a very quick drop, very low volume on that drop. CVD did try to move lower with it as well, though. So a little bit of a red flag there. We're retesting this green zone down here. Part of me wants to add, because last time we were down here, we did hold. Yeah, I'm going to add one, keep the same stop loss, because now I am DCAing down, getting a better entry now. And that'll feel better going up higher, too. So I added on this pullback. Looking to see if we can get a push higher on gold. If we fail, I just stop out. No big deal. I'm going to move one of my stop losses to 3422.4. Like right over here. So if we do dip one more time, I will stop out of one. We might. Looks like we're trying to. Nah, I don't want to keep it there, man. Because that 8, I don't know, man. That 22 looks like it could try to hold now. I'll keep 22 as stop loss. Minute 54 left. Need to see buyers step in here on gold and get back positive on that cumulative volume delta. I'd also like to at least target 28.9. 28.9 because it's a low volume node up there. So I would want to see markets sort of try to rebalance themselves. And also, again, this 5-minute fair value gap, I want to see traders get stopped out of it. So I'd like to target the top of that fair value gap as TP1. Now, because I'm also waiting for the 30-minute candle to close, we're really being patient here, because these are the lows, these are the current highs. There we go. It's a pretty nice ad. Glad the market gave us that opportunity. Oh. Let's see if gold does what it loves to do and drops to our stop loss, or if markets want to hold it. But we're going to be patient, trade it carefully, do our thing. Definitely not a fan of this tight price action. I want to see headlines. We have any headlines regarding gold? Probably not. Oh yeah, Trump tariffs on China. Japan, I should say. Not China. Trump tariffs on Japan. Those are interesting, to say the least. I am going to move one stop loss up to 3422.8. Because if it does just dive, I don't want to hold these longs anymore. But I don't know, man. Every time we dip into that, buyers step right back in. I want to see another spike higher. We've been getting some spikes higher. It's just that 15, man. If that 15 closed more in my favor, this would definitely be an easier trade to hold. Because it didn't, it's having trouble. There's that 5-minute close. Not a fan of that 5-minute close. I will look to get out of one of these contracts into some profit, just to lock it in, because I'm no longer a fan of the current price action we have here and the volume we're seeing. So yeah. Yep. We'll see if we get towards like 34.27 again to get out of one contract, 34.27. Or we'll see if we could blast through 34.27. I'll just move my stop loss up again and try to hold con. But we'll see. Again, right now we're sort of finding buying down here, but we have been finding selling towards this 25 point that we're at right now. See if we could try to blow through it. Getting a little buying pressure there. Nothing crazy. There's that 27. There we go. We blast through it. 29. I'll exit 27 if we start to dip. Okay. Okay, there we go. A little bit of buying pressure. I'm going to get out of one contract up here. It's not letting me. There we go. Out of one contract right there. Holding this last contract. Moving stop loss up. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Being patient. Now, this last contract, because I'm looking for the 30-minute to close, might end up holding this for like an hour or so, because I'm looking at a 30-minute time frame. And also, I want gold to close green. That's way up there. Look at that pullback. If it stops me at this last contract, that is a-okay with me. Part of me is like, just take it for a scalp right here, because this volume has been pretty strong to the downside. But buyers keep stepping in down here too. Current stop loss though, 34.22.7. And again, that's because I do want to see buyers hold this area. Ooh, glad I got out of one. Yeah, it's gonna stop me at this last one. Let's see. Let's see. Strong selling pressure. Want to see us hold this range. It's a couple ticks away from my stop right now. Pretty good locking in. So now it's a no-lose trade, right? There we go. It's going to stop out. Only down 15. Only down $15 on that trade. Why? Because I locked in some partials up here because we were near an area of resistance and we haven't really shown active, aggressive buying pressure. So it was great maintaining that trade. Good taking partials on it. Now we wait. Now we wait. If my original entry was better, this would have probably been an even better trade than that, but that's okay. Here comes that 34.20 level that we were speaking about earlier. NQ crossing a price level that I had. Whoa, there we go, gold. Glad we respected our stop loss too. Oh yeah, look at that. NASDAQ had a spike right there. It's 923, so there's no economic news coming out. No headlines either. Oh, let's see. White House official on Japan deal. Tariffs on drugs chips to be negotiated separately won't be worse than other trading partners. Okay. Let's see if gold holds this 34.28 level. Because this was a crazy strong level. I'm taking that on gold. Trying gold along one more time off 34.20. Stop loss 34.18. Okay, so just filled me there. If it goes right to stop, this is a trade that's either going to go right to stop loss or it is going to go very quickly towards our profit. And again, at this point, sort of looking to see a full reversal on gold. We're looking to trade a full reversal, but if we fail, we fail. Manage the risk, manage our reward, manage our trade. Previous day low has yet to be taken out too, but doesn't really mean anything. We're at yesterday's 50% on the fib. Finding some resistance above us. Yeah, it's not looking good on the longs again here. I'm going to be patient, though, off of this 34.20 level because it has been mentioned pretty frequently. 18 is my stop loss, so 2-point stop loss on gold. Looking for at least 10 points. So 5-1 at least. But we got to be careful. 15-minute had another major dip there. We have 5 minutes left for that 15 to close. Okay, well now at this point, if this 15 again, same situation as before. I want to see a strong reversal on this 5-minute so the 15 could try to close bullish. If it doesn't, we're not going to see a reversal. Yeah, I almost want to just call this one a scalp for 80 bucks right here, but we'll be patient, right? Markets like to look like they aren't reversing and then they reverse, so we'll wait right now. Entry was 34.20. Stop loss is 34.18.10. And take profit right now, take profit 34.31. But looking at the selling pressure, again, considering making this a scalp, we did just form a little bit of a buyer under us, but it just got gobbled up. Bro, I need to see strong delta coming. Without strong delta, we're just going to keep failing over and over. Yeah, we're going to call this one a scalp right here if it wants to give us a quick pop. Let's see. My issue is every time we find that quick pop, it's pretty strong. And it's not really an issue, it's more of a good thing. So I'll wait on this trade, right? We're holding this trade. 34.20 was entry. It's holding. I'm looking for 34.20 to hold as support right now. And it's failing again. So 34.18.20 is my stop loss. $15-minute closes in 3 minutes. I'm thinking we do dip lower at least one more time.
Okay, I'm back. Actually, I misunderstood their morning stream. All right, so looking at gold here, the DOM levels just moved down to 34.18. There is a pivot point down at 34.10. So,
Yeah, tough trade here on gold. Probably if I get stopped out of this one, no more gold for the day. We'll wait for ES and NQ to sort of develop. Or we could also wait for the New York session to open too. 3 minutes left on this 5 minutes to close. Looking like sellers are ready to take it down another leg. Not stopped out yet. About 4 ticks away from my stop. There it is. That'll do it. That will do it. Okay, can't control the spread like that, right? So we're going to be patient here. Wait for ES or NQ or something. Good morning, guys. NVIDIA chips got some news. Can you check AI? Let's see. There we go. Good buying on NASDAQ, actually. This might be a good trade. How are equities looking right now? Equities holding up. NVIDIA's trying to move higher off that news. Yeah, that's the news from like the Japan deal, I would believe. I gotta get back in the swing of things, guys. It's been a full day. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning.
all right, I'm going to try a scalp long on gold here. We've got a fair value gap overhead.
That's what I've been trying to do. Just hasn't been. I won't let it stop me out again. Fool me once. ES and NQ sort of
Scratch.
yeah. ES and NQ sort of at a rock and a hard place in the sense that ES is at the top of a range. NASDAQ is trying to move higher. Yo, what's up, Ozzy? Good morning. Yo, no, Ozzy, I can't this Friday. I'm so sorry, man. This Friday, unfortunately, I am not available. And so what happened with their live stream? I'm sorry.
How was the floor?
Oh, dude, it was awesome. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Got like a little tour of it. It was pretty cool. $15-minute, 30-minute, 45, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. We'll see. Probably looking for longs market open.
And I'm trying another long here.
Looking for a dip at market open here. There's our dip. Gonna take some longs on NAS here, guys. Whoa, okay. Ha. Hold up, wait a minute. That was wild. That was funny. I definitely gotta get back in the swing of things, man. I can't force something that ain't there right now. Let's see. NAS sweeping some lows. Equities hitting. Like I said, ES was at that resistance. NAS is near some support now, taking out that pre-market low like that. But I do think this demand zone we're in is like broken. Yeah. I'd rather look for longs at this point, but look at the selling pressure, guys. Knocking it down another leg there. We're going to wait. Let markets come to us. Give us an idea. Apple selling off. Nvidia hitting 170 and rejecting lower. Look at that selling, guys. Huge. Huge. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? 15-minute demand right here. That we're coming off of right now on NASDAQ. Trying one more time on a long on NAS off of this blue zone right here. So I'm looking for a quick response to it. Quick response to stop loss. That's really funny. Dude, these markets are nasty right now. We're gonna definitely wait now. Now I'm fighting trends left and right, and that ain't right. Let's see. Look at that NAS just selling off like it's hot right now. Apple pushing lower. Microsoft selling off real strong. So is Nvidia. Yeah, equities are bearish. We're staying bearish. Let it pull back. Let it do something. Let us get a short entry. ES on book map. P shape on the RTH, which is bearish. Big pullback on NAS right there. Would like to see this pullback fail on NQ. There's a good buyer. VIX moving higher, but we got to be careful. Look at that. NAS trying to get above that level again. That 11 is what I'm watching. Equities pushing lower still for the most part. But right now, market just opened. We don't want to be jumping the gun into anything. Minute 39 left. Let's see. Not really seeing anything good right now. Like, there's nothing that's screaming at me. Definitely short. Definitely long. Not really. Yeah. Definitely looking better for the Bears, that's for sure, but... Oh yeah, Apple dipping lower again. But right now, market's just opened. They're chopping around. We want to be patient. We don't want to try to go short at the... We just want to be patient. That's it. We want to wait. Because we don't want to get chopped up. We see that buyers are trying to step us back in. Sellers are trying to step back in. There is an argument of price right now, right? It's a market auction. Buyers and sellers need to agree upon price. Right now, we're range bound. It seemed like that was the price action yesterday too. Look at that, gold took another dive lower too. So we're just waiting right now. Give us better structure on a 15-minute time frame to give us more confidence and direction. ES, let's see. ES has some sellers up here, but it's dancing around also on the CVD at the 0 level. Oz, I'm around tomorrow if you're around, or the weekend. Just can't do this Friday. Look at these buyers, man, stepping way back in there. Remember though, ES is at the top of its range right now. I'd rather see sellers continue, but like I said, we'll be patient. We'll sort of wait and see if these aggressive buyers do want to hold us higher or not. Looks like we're trying to create some resistance around 63.70 right now on ES. So if we could stay below that, I would like to see shorts continue us towards 34.60. But look how aggressive these buy bubbles are getting. I'd like to see, again, I'm leaning more towards the bear side at the moment, but we want to be very careful with this. Buyers haven't given up, and markets have been extremely range bound. I do like this blue zone and this key level, 63.75 that we rejected on ES. But we're just being patient. Buyers aren't giving up. Weighted index trying to move higher. Apple's trying to move lower. You guys, I personally gotta get back in my groove. Yesterday was just exhausting, but a lot of fun. But we'll get back in the swing. We'll take some nice trades again. We'll just wait right now. Ooh, look at they're pulling it from the book right now, which is a little bit of scarce because they might get some volatility. So be careful. They're pulling that 70. Alright, they're forming it again. There we go. Come on, let's find a leg lower again. Price action-wise, at least on the 5-minute, was still suggesting more bearish. We check our point of control, make sure it is lower on the 5-minute here on ES. It was much lower here. But we'll see, guys. Really gotta just wait right now. VIX trying to move lower again, but it was trying to move higher off of a key level, which is bearish. So we're still leaning more bearish right now. Might start a position on ES here. We'll see. Again, any trade we take would be light size. Let's see if it gets selling pressure. Look at that. I said that and markets heard it. So we're going to wait. Not starting it yet. If it comes back near that price level, I'll take it. If not, we're probably going to make our way back higher. Look at that, guys. Getting above that 70. That's why we wait. Wait. NAS, gold still chopping away. NAS sort of near some resistance up here. Apple selling off. Equities are pretty strong at the moment, so let's just sort of wait. 37 seconds left. Want to see sellers step back in, guys. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys. What's going on? Good morning, good morning. Sellers look ready to take it another leg, but I feel like buyers are just trying their best to hold it. 15-minute closes in 5 minutes. It could be a reversal candle to the upside on the 15 if it closes bullish. So we'll wait. CVD is green on NASDAQ. See if we can find some support near like 12 or 11 on NQ. I don't think we're going to pull back to that area though. Microsoft server hack has now hit 400 victims. Alright. That sucks. It's gonna happen, unfortunately. I feel like at some point there's going to be no way out of situations like that where there are hackers and stuff. This day and age of technology. Nice, there's some sellers. See if Naz wants to find some support down here. Oh, equities are weak again. This might be where sellers step in again, actually. Let's wait and see. There we go, ES, nice. Oh man, I should have stayed on that ES short trade. That looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm in it. Stops at break even.
Nice. I'm somehow looking though, I don't know, I feel like Naz wants to try to hold this 11 level. I like that we just did hold it. So I'll look to see if we can retest it. And, let's see. We'll see. But, yeah, no, sells are definitely looking strong right now. VIX off of a key level, again, looking pretty bullish off of that fact alone. There we go, there's that 11. ES getting ready to dive. Deep dive on ES. Let's see. Naz almost like a double bottom here, but it looks like it's ready to break down again. I like that VIX off of a key level. Dude, ES, man. I saw the setup, dude. I was just impatient for it. What a sham. What a shame. It's alright. We're chilling. We're chilling. Killer week last week. We just got to step back in the groove. Today's Wednesday. What a long week so far. So, like, ES has room to the downside. Naz is at support, so it's like at a standstill type of situation. Obviously, bears are looking much better, though, to the downside. But every time it looks that way, buyers step back in. Every time it looks like buyers are stepping in, sellers step back in.
All right, I'm out at VWAP on that short.
Nice. Weighted index pretty weak. Apple dropping lower again. Microsoft finding some support. Nvidia at resistance. Definitely aiming more towards the downside. Especially with VIX at that key level too. Nvidia selling off. There it goes. Let's see if NASDAQ wants to follow that. A lot of selling delta down here. Ooh, buyer just spiked in on NQ. Let's wait 1 second. Only brought us up a few points so far. Minute 10 left. I'm going to let this 5-minute close give us an idea if we're going to continue or not. If Nvidia could dip again, I'll probably take a short scalp on NAS, but there's some selling pressure. That's a big seller.
All right, ES doing the retest of VWAP. So trying to figure out what side it wants to be on.
There we go.
It grows up. Targets to the south, 60, 362 is a gamma level that I'm trying to learn.
Look how tight this range is becoming on NAS here between 23,200, 23,210. So let's see if we can take out one side. There's some selling pressure. I'd sell with these big sellers over here, guys. It looks like we're ready to continue lower. Nice. There we go. Wow, look at that, guys. Sellers definitely held it. That VIX key level was pretty key today. Dude, this ES trade, man, that's crazy. That was a 4-to-1 that would have hit no problem. Damn. Telling you guys, it was 2 off today. Can't expect to trade 100%. What's that?
63.59. Next level down. That is the call resistance level.
we go. Good sellers. Brought us to that 70 on NQ. The STP would have been hit. Boom, look at that. Huge. Gold finally found a little bit of a reversal here. I still wouldn't trade gold for longs yet. May probably wait for this hourly to close now. Yes, and NQ selling off definitely helped support the thesis of a bullish bias on gold. All right, let's see. ES continuing lower. Check ES on Bookmap. A lot of resistance above us in these low volume shelves. So right here is like a no volume. So 63, 63, 25. So like somewhere over here for another possible short entry on ES. Guys, don't forget, I think Apex still has a sale. Let's see. How is it not like the first thing that comes up on my search? Bring it up enough. Apex Trader funding, 80% off evals for another day and a half. So still 80% off evals, discount code Bullishbrs. And yeah, they definitely pay out. 532 million paid out over the past 3 years is crazy. Look at that. ES pulling into that lower volume area we were talking about. So we could see if we could find some selling pressure here. We're getting there. See how we're reacting to it already? This low volume area. So we're going to wait to see if we can push in towards 62, 64, and find some selling pressure. Stop loss would be 65. Let's see if we get a good seller in there. VIX is still trying to move higher off of a key level. VIX didn't make a new high of day off of pre-market highs yet. Oh no, off of New York session highs yet. Okay, so just an FYI on that. Alright, we're hitting it. Alright, there it is. It's hit. Imbalance tested. See if we can find some selling pressure here. Shorts. Alright, stop loss 25. Gotta see if we can hold that lower now. If we don't, we'll just be a small stop. And yeah, that's low volume shelf, right? I don't like weighted indexes at previous days low. That could work as support. Worked as support already this morning. But that was a pretty clean short entry so far. You know? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Alrighty, yes, let's get them bears. I don't like how range-bound VIX has been, but we'll see, we'll see. Price action has still been to the downside. There we go. Let's see, that 5-minute is definitely continuing lower. Nice, very good. Very good. Big seller coming in. Want to see us have that next leg lower. Look to move, take a profit, so we could ride this trend lower again. But we'll see. We did just wick where first TP would be, because we would always look for new low a day. But that selling pressure looks okay. It's at least maybe 55. Maybe. Could always take partials off at first TP, lock in profits. Look at that buyer stepping in at that low. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the buyers stepping in here. Let's see. Especially how quick that reaction was. Like, we barely spent any time below those lows. Buyers keep failing to hold us higher, though, so that is a green flag for the sell orders, right? Still negative on the CVD. Every time buyers try to step in, they fail lower. So we're just waiting right now. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Sorry if we're a little off today. Definitely got to remember, when we're not 100%, can't trade 100%. Shouldn't be trading at all. So we'll be patient. We're just waiting, letting things come to us. And that's it. That is it. Look at that seller stepping in. I want to see us move lower. Let's go towards that 54. Previous day high. Our open price today is way down at 46. Could definitely sell off to 46. That's only a 20-point move from the 68. Jay, you catching gold this morning? Yeah, look at that. Gold is trying its best to finally hold that reversal. ES hold lower. Great. Excuse me. Let's see. There are some buyers that are starting to step in on ES here. Again, if you were in shorts around the 62 area. Now I guess 3 points isn't that much. But, I mean, it was a 2-point stop loss, so 3 points is a 1.5 R. But we like to look for 2 to 1 at least. But this is pretty range bound here. Price action wise, candlestick wise, it does look like we should be continuing lower, at least on ES. So we'll be patient here and see what goes on. Please mute you one. Oh my. But you were really upset for a second. Come on, yes, let's get them sellers. Let's hit 55. Here we go. Yeah, I like this for continuation of the downside. Just gonna wait. Gotta be patient, ladies and gentlemen. Traders and tradettes. Alright, let's see. Vic's still trying to move higher, but it's right now range bound. Oh, boom, look at that. Wow, I looked down for a second. Wow, that's crazy. 65 was hit. Looking like it's ready to go hit 50. Another 5 points. Nvidia selling off. It's helping the sell off right now. Amazon's range bound trying to move lower too. We're going to see another leg here, I'm thinking, guys. Good selling volume. Good selling delta right there. There we go. Pretty clean, not bad, not bad. Gold still trying to reverse. Gold does look like it's trying to reverse bullish. It really does. 3 minutes left in this an hourly. And it's looking like it's trying to hold bullish. Yes, buying pressure off of that 55.
Yeah, 2 minutes till home sales.
That's right. Yep, good call, Mike. 2 minutes till home sales. Definitely don't want to be in any trades going into that. So if anything, cut out of the trade now also is another great place to exit. Well, it hit our take profit of 55. And look, they're starting to pull the orders too. Any big earnings coming up? I know large cap was supposed to have earnings coming up soon. Let's see. Tesla earnings. Is that today? Today. Tesla's got earnings today. What, after the bell probably? Yeah. Google earnings today too. Okay, cool, cool. And then I think next week we have Meta. Yeah, and then next Wednesday we have Meta and Microsoft. Then the follow. Oh no, and Apple. Wait. Apple's the following day after that. Alright, guys, home sales coming in 13 seconds. Sellers stepping in again on ES here. But look at all the orders they're pulling. Very low volume right now. I think we might just continue. I don't think home sales are going to give us that wild of a move. Unless it's a bearish move, I think it could give us a bearish move. Yeah, look at that. Targets 50 to the downside on ES if anybody's in shorts. Don't short these lows right now. Don't want to short the lows. Don't want to go long down here either because we're probably not going to reverse at this point. So we just wait. We'd look to short the pullbacks.
All right, 53 and a quarter is a full measured move of the anyway, full measured move. Whatever.
Weighted index looks like it's ready to sell off. Equities pulling back at the moment, so just be patient. This might be the pullback to enter short on, but we wait. Let's see, U.S. existing home sales, actual 3.93 million, forecast was 4 million, previous was 4.03 million, revised was 4.04 million, so came in less than expected. I'll cover that, guys, in a video today, so make sure you follow on social media. Benzinga and Trading with Kev. So gold, hourly wise, pretty strong reversal candle. That's wild on gold. Oil, anything? Let me save us some time on oil. No, there's nothing going on. All right, next. ES and Q pulling back off of some key levels. A bunch of key levels, right? We have ES is at previous day high. NQ is near a book map level. 23,150. And weighted index is also at that previous day's low, which held as support at market open. It held as support 15 minutes ago, and now it's trying to hold as support again. So every 15 minutes for the past 30 minutes, no, I guess 1, 2, and now 3, yeah, I guess 30 minutes, we have been holding this previous day's low on the weighted index. But something to note is that didn't give us a full reversal on NASDAQ, it just gave us a pullback, and then we ended up continuing. So I do think we're getting ready to break below it. I do think sellers are ready to continue lower. Gold finding some good buying pressure too. A good volume on gold there, wow. Damn, 34.20. Gold wouldn't, looking back at it now, gold really didn't give us a good entry either, though. Even if we were looking for a bull entry, fair value gap wasn't hit. There's really no imbalance. Let's see. It's like looking back, where would we have entered? We really didn't get that good of an entry point. We sort of just popped and then chopped and then popped again. So we could wait. Remember, people have stop losses above this fair value gap. That could also be our next entry on gold. We could break and close above that fair value gap. Target the highs. Still looking for gold to close green. So if you're in longs on gold from somewhere, anywhere below where price is currently trading, anywhere down here, ideally we would look to try to trade back into our open price. 34, 35s right over here. We'll see. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good today. Don't forget to join me for Futures Fever today. I do have to, I'm sure it's going. I was gonna say I have to double check, make sure it's still running, but they sent me the link. It should be going. Let's see. I'll get the link for you guys right now. Look at that, guys. Gold is just flying. Boom. Wow. Yeah, Futures Fever, you guys, today. Go drop a like on it right now. Right now. Link is in Discord, link is in YouTube chat. Link's in the chat, gang. Go click that link and drop a like. Damn, gold. There we go, gold. Wow. Gold ain't kidding around right now. It wanted that stop hunt from that level. That's why I don't like 5-minute demand zones, guys, right? Because guess what? Instead of marking it as a 5-minute demand, we could have marked this pivot right here as a liquidity level, because that's our last major pivot on this day. Look, we had a rally, we pulled back, and we had our second rally. So our pullback, this pivot we made right here, could have been some sell side liquidity. Oh, it's funny, I gotta change that so white. I haven't used that one in a while. So instead of having this green zone that I tried to take some longs over here, could have waited for a sweep of this low. Green candle close back above, look for longs with the buying pressure over there, right? So hindsight will always be 2020. That's why we have to be disciplined, follow the same system, follow the same rules, and tweak them along the way. We don't want to be changing our whole system all the time, because then we're not going to see consistent outcomes, and we're going to sort of see, oh, this is working, and then if it stops working, we're doing something else, and it's not that good. We want to be consistent, right? Consistency is key in our results. Therefore, consistency is key in the system and strategy we use and implement. VIX is sort of range bound, nothing to see there. ES, same deal, right? Buying pressure stepping in though, so I wouldn't really be looking for shorts at the moment. And yeah. Yo, good morning, Johnny. What's going on? Alex, good morning. What's up, guys? Smooth, Siva, Ryan, Rob, Tanner, what's up? Nicole, MJ, Kavitha, what's up? What's up? Jay, Victoria, Habibi, what's up, guys? Eddie, Harvey, good morning. Oz, Austin, what's up? What's up? Mr. Potato, of course. The concentrator. Ho ho ho. Looking better to the downside. Buyers keep failing to hold it up. And yet, we're still green on the daily on ES. And look how red we are on the daily on NASDAQ, right? So pretty interesting. And we said to watch for chop on NAS, right? Because we were an inside candle. And NAS has been failing to give us like continuation to the downside. It's been dropping and then pulling back. Dropping and then pulling back. Dropping. Now it's pulling back again. ES gave us a drop, gave us a pullback, and then it gave us another drop. So it was a bit smoother on ES, even though we were more bullish on ES based off that daily time frame analysis. Guys, what I'll do, because, right, yesterday I didn't trade, got to get back in the swing of things. For Futures Fever today, I'm going to do a markup of all the charts. So we'll do ES, NQ, gold. We'll even do oil, some support and resistance. And we'll see what charts are trending, what's not trending. And if we have any direction, and I'll also cover some economic data of, tariff deals, trade deals, things of that nature. So it'll be a really well-informed session, and I do want you guys to join. Like I said, go drop, even if you join and drop a like, would appreciate it. You guys could join right now, click the link, go drop a like on it. And also, when it's live, we're going to put in the chat over here a link that you guys could click for a chance to win a free Apex Trader evaluation account. So that's pretty cool too. Not only good education, but some giveaways as well. Alright, so this would technically, right, if we're looking for that inverse fair value gap, right, we're looking for longs here. Stop loss would be somewhere near this low. But, I'd be patient on this. Definitely wouldn't look for gold longs all the way this high. Bit of an imbalance near 27. Possibly look for 27 as an entry, if anything. Getting back in. We're getting back in the groove, guys. We're getting back in the groove. Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. So is Friday. Remember, guys, it's only Wednesday. So look, we had that low volume shelf I just marked out. Now we also have passive bid sitting right there, 27.2. So we can see how we react to it. So there it is. Big volume stepped in there. Let's
Inverse
see.
head and shoulders on ES, 1 minute.
You going short ES?
No, just saying there's an inverse head and shoulders there on the 1 minute, but it's also at a volume shelf.
Gotcha.
If it does, we can get a measured move and get an idea of the north side target. 1 sec.
Gotcha. Now, let's see if gold wants to hold this level. Looks like it's trying to right now, so this could possibly be a long on gold. I'm not taking this right now. Gold's been pretty choppy. I took those 2 losses on it earlier. Not looking to take a third. So we'll be patient on gold. Let's see. I'd like to see ES hold at this point. But with how choppy we've been and how bearish we've been, I wouldn't look for longs right now. Possibly longs on gold. Yeah, look at that. It is trying to hold that level. Came down to 26. Look for a continuation on gold. 16 points to the upside. Probably 20 because we'd be looking for recent highs and whatnot. We'd really be looking to close green because we're looking for continuation on that daily time frame. Here comes a pullback. All over the place. Yup, and that's what's keeping us sort of in this weird range right now. I wonder if Market AI has, what's it called? A heat map. That'd be pretty cool. I don't think they do. That's pretty cool. Check this out. Gives you a full year market review. First thing it says on oil, CL has generally shown a lack of strong directional momentum for the past 168 hours. Really, I think for the past 168 days. No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, gold gave us that one good week, and then it just gave up. Wow, it is accurate with price. That's really cool. Like this is what Nvidia's at. Oh, yeah, nice. That's really cool. Tell me to break down Nvidia. Nvidia shares retraced 2 to 2.5% following a strong post-earnings rally, reflecting profit taking amid a broader semiconductor sector pullback. The stock trades near its 52-week high, supported by robust revenue growth and strong fundamentals. However, expert policy uncertainties related to China and sector rotation pressures weigh on sentiment. The technical analysis highlighting key support near 161, almost near a 160 key cycle level, with potential volatility in the short term. And then it also tells you like options activity. And then why targets. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. There we go. Gold's dipping again. Glad we didn't take that gold, man. Yeah, we'll go over everything, guys, in Futures Fever, and we'll go over the charts. We'll break it down from a top-down analysis perspective, and I'll probably I'm thinking I'll review some Edgeful stats to see like what strategies have been working in these market conditions and which ones haven't been. Like, has the orb been consistent? Has Previous day high and low been inconsistent. Gap fill, we can look at the gap fill too. Go to report. New York session gap fill. I do see that for the most part gap fill has been working, right? Gap ups have been filling for the most part. So now what I can do is I could come to the ES chart, come over to the 15-minute, and we're just going to mark out those gap fills, right? So, okay, here's our 3:45 candle close. That's our gap fill. That's right in the demand zone. So gap. Now we can take a look at the other day. Say, okay, well, this day we closed over here. And then markets opened right up here. So we only had a small gap, only a couple points. So we filled that gap easily, but that did sort of help with directional buys, was to the downside. Let's see. This day, looks like we closed over here. We gapped up to here. But when we gapped, we had a gap and go, which means we gapped higher. And then we rallied at open. Let's see. This day, we opened over here. Closed over here, again gap up, filled that gap. Let's see this one over here. Markets closed right there. Markets opened, and we tried to pull back. Almost filled the gap, man. It was really close, a couple points away. So we'll go over probably the gap fill a little bit today too. And yeah, pretty cool, interesting stuff. We could use the gap fill on the New York session. Now we could look at by size. We could look at by weekday. And let's see. So like right now we're looking at by size, and we see for the smallest size, 0 to 0.19%, we have a 92% chance of filling those gap ups, 88% chance of filling those gap downs. We get a little higher, the percentages go lower. Still a great percent, 78%, that's great. 81%, that's awesome. Now we get even higher, and now the odds are against us. So it seems like when we're below that 0.39% and lower, we really have good odds of filling the gap on the ES over the past 6 months. And that's sort of something that I'll cover on Futures Fever too. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, America. Good morning, USA. I wonder how many good morning references there are. Yeah, look at that. Glad I didn't take gold again, dude. Gold is old. Gotta put a hold on gold until markets fold. Guys, I'm definitely thinking until we get some type of consistency with the China talks, we're gonna get some range-bound markets for the next couple days. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll be patient. Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, dude, how can I forget that one? That was my go-to. Alright, guys, markets are pretty range bound. Looking at ES right here. Sosnick, don't know if I spelled it right. Tasty Trade called the trade deals and mock auction a fight to crap. Dude, it is. It's such is a taco trade too, because it's like, oh, now they're going to have talks with China next week, and that could push back the August 12th tariff deadline. Are you talking about the tariff deadline that was originally supposed to be in April? That's going to be pushed back yet again in August? Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the one that was from April, that was pushed back 90 days to July, that was then pushed back another month to August, is now probably going to be pushed back yet again. So I'll be making a nice little taco trade today. I'll be making a nice little why is Trump doing this why is Trump doing his taco impression or some type of funny video because this is getting a little ridiculous. I mean, again, this is gonna be our tariff deadlines. We're pushing it back. No tariffs. 90-day stay. We're pushing it back again. 90-day stay. Doesn't it get old? I understand the whole art of a deal, and I agreed with it. I'm cool with it. If it's something that's helping our economy, because guess what, too? We had a surplus last month, right? Or surplus over the past year, whatever the case may be, for the first time in a long time. That's because of the tariffs, right? So, is it really harming us? I don't believe so. Is it aggravating us day traders? Is it aggravating market makers and these market causing these issues and market conditions? Absolutely. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's been a horrible thing. I just I don't I don't know. I personally don't see where it's headed.
You're saying you like it, but it's inconsistent.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yes, I
Yeah, I think
like
the
it, but it's
market's starting to get.
inconsistent.
Yeah, I think the market's starting to get a little numb to it, though. You know, the first time it happened, the markets went crazy, but the
Yep.
markets are getting a little bit more used to it now, and so it doesn't have that knee-jerk reaction that it did before.
Yeah. All right, let's see, guys. Being patient right now. Markets are range bound. Look at the sellers on gold again there. Gold's been gross, dude. Yes, at least gave us some consistency to the downside at first for a little while there, to like 10. Other than that, Nasdaq gave us the drop and just sort of chopped around since then. Oil can guarantee the same deal. Even choppier. Look at these 5-minute candles, guys. Not barely any bodies here. Wicks, wicks, wicks. So the bodies we open and close at the same price. Volume is extremely low on oil. Volatility is extremely poor on oil. Alright, let's see. Nas up against this 84 level right there. See if we can break through. There's an aggressive buyer. Yo, you know what'd be cool? If Bookmap, right? So you know how we could see the full screen of Bookmap? If they had a trading view integration, so when you click over to one, it changes Bookmap and the chart on the left-hand side. That would be really cool. I should talk to Bruce about that. Bruce is from Bookmap. some selling pressure off of that level on Nas. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Gold chopping, ES and NQ chopping. Almost like yesterday's price action, right? ES, you guys remember ES, as much as it was more relatively weaker to the downside today, like it gave us a cleaner move to the downside, relatively, on the daily, it was stronger. That would be cool, actually. I know the newest version of Alpha Arc now includes sentiment pricing integration. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Guys, not much right now presenting itself as like an A+ setup. Look how range-bound VIX has been, right? And that sort of has been giving us the clue that to be careful with ES and NQ. All right, guys, let's see. ES moving its way towards VWAP. NAS held the weighted index, I should say, held the previous session low as support. Bookmap level 23,150 I had on NASDAQ held as support too. We could just wait right here. Check our 15-minute time frame. 30-minute. 30-minute on ES. Check this out, guys. Oh, it closes in 25 seconds. I was gonna say it's a basing candle followed by a sell-off. I'd look for continuation, but we only have 20 seconds left, and it looks like this 30 is actually finding some buying pressure. Okay, let's see. How's our dollar doing? I want to get the previous session range on here. Do I have that on here? Previous sessions range. Indicator. Could do that one, sure. So check this out. When the dollar pushes below its previous day low, that was like right over here. I guess when it's just pushing bearish overall, gold finds really good buying pressure. Right now with the dollar, let's see if we can fast forward to where we are. Dollar's been range bound. So right now we wouldn't really be looking for strong buying on gold. Let's see if ES rejects the 6363 again. Remember, that gave us that low volume node entry earlier today. It looks like it's retesting it and selling off again. Look at that huge, big, aggressive seller stepping in there, guys. Nice. That 30-minute closed bullish, and then we completely rejected as soon as this 30 opened. So anybody that was trying to chase these longs thinking we're going to continue just got wiped off. Just got wiped out. Wiped off. Wiped out. I was going to say wiped off the surface of trading, but that didn't make sense. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see. Gold came back to this fair value gap over here. That is something. But again, sort of at this point, hit 2 bids down here. I'm not taking gold. Maybe we missed this off this 34.20. But it happens. It is what it is. We're not going to force anything. Alrighty, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good today. Happy Wednesday. Almost said Thursday. Happy Wednesday. It is 10:30. Markets have been range bound all day today, as they have been for the past, I'd honestly say weeks at this point. July 7th, it's July 21st. Now, historically, for the past 10 years, 10 out of 10 years, ES has closed green in July. Now, if we're looking at our monthly candle, we're most likely going to keep that trend going. However, that doesn't make it a strong month. These are our monthly candles. This was our big sell-off, right? This was our April lows down here. We reversed because of the whole tariff situation coming to a halt, thinking bagok chicken. But we reversed. Tariff relief on everybody, 90 days. First tariff deal down here, continued higher. Second tariff deal over here with China, continued higher. And now again at this point, this is our monthly candle. So we'd really need to see buyers step in for Friday. I mean, our monthly candle has 8 days left, so it technically does have time to try to break this range and continue. But we'd really need to get above that 63.65, 63.70 area. Has anybody ever heard of Money Show? It's like one word, Money Show. No?
And then like an in CNBC or whatever it's called show.
No, that's I think Kramer's thing. What's that? Like I forget what he calls that. No, Money Show is I guess its own company. I think they're based out of, where are they based out of? Florida, Boston? I don't know. Somebody connected with me on LinkedIn, so I figured I'd ask you guys if you guys have ever heard of it. But that answers my question. Let's see.
You're supposed to say Boston, not
Boston. Yeah. Yo, good morning, Robert. What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm excited for this Futures Fever because I know usually I'd like to have everybody back on the show like David and Peter, but I know that they're waiting for the show to start, like for the morning sessions. So we will see. Oh, but I'm excited for it because we're going to go over some market analysis and it's going to give us a clearer picture of market direction right now and if there is direction and what price levels we should be watching going forward.
ES is chopping on a trend line. It may try to break. If it does, you've got targets down at 63.56. If it goes back north, 63.62.
That's crazy that this level up here on ES is a low volume shelf, guys. Worked for 2 entries today. Patience is so key, man, because you just wait for these trades, you'll hit them. 2 to 1 even just hit, but I'd look to see if we could possibly go lower again. I'd want to see VIX moving higher. VIX is still moving higher off of a key level. Those NASDAQ is at a key level too, but I'd like to see NASDAQ move lower. I want to see NAS go towards a demand zone. We don't really have that much demand on NQ, so I do see more potential to the downside at the moment. But that would be without us sort of closing out the day. So like the 4-hour time frame, I'd want to see if possibly we want to dip again and then reverse higher for the afternoon, then lead into bullish on Friday. But again, for the monthly time frame, for us to close bullish on the monthly, let's see, we'd have to close above 63. 62, what is that? 62, 45, 62, 45. And we're pretty far above that. We're a good 120 points away from that. All the way down here. Good morning, ladies and gents. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hope you're all having a good day today. Hope you're all having a good week. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, July 23rd? 23rd. Don't forget, join me for Futures Fever for a chance to win a free Apex Trader evaluation account. Ladies and gentlemen, markets are pretty bland right now. I'm not going to look to force any trades. I'm not going to look for you guys to force any trades. I think I'm going to wrap up this stream for today, but I will catch you guys in an hour on Futures Fever. Again, right now the show looks like it's going to be going, so it shouldn't be a problem. At some point, we were in talks with Apex, Apex and Benzinga, so it's a Benzinga show. We were in talks with Apex. They as in Peter and David, wanted the show to be pushed to the morning. So we'll see what that day lines up on, when Futures Fever gets that change, and I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys later. Follow me on socials, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.
Thanks, man. Later.
Absolutely, later. Don't see ya. Don't forget, guys, go click the link, and go click like on that video. Alright, later, everybody. And join for a chance to win a free account. Go hit that like button, YouTube. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys later. Join our community at Bullishbrs.com. I go live every day there, unless, of course, I'm in the city, which was just, I think, a one-off yesterday, but we'll see. And I will see